Hello everybody, welcome back to Wolfeei. Today is a very special day, but first let me introduce the video. Today we're going to be talking about the hypothetical future of Minecraft Twitch Rivals, or at least what my opinion is on how it should go now. Obviously, if you haven't noticed yet, there's been a lot of discussion, but before I go into that, guys, it's June 8th. You know what that means? Let me refresh this page. It's my birthday, let's freaking go! I'm 22. It doesn't matter. Who cares? But please, wish me a happy birthday in the comments, or if you have a Twitter account on Twitter, or if you're a friend of mine and you have me on Discord, or whatever, you can wish me a happy birthday. It is my birthday. I am 22 years old now. Thank you in advance. I will be doing a birthday stream. It is early, okay, it's gonna be early. It'll be probably starting at around 11:30 UK time, AM, 11:30 AM UK time, which is 6:30 AM Eastern. I'm sorry, but I am in the middle of trying to fix my sleep schedule, and also I obviously have plans to go out for dinner and eat, some nice food for my birthday, and after that, I'm going straight to bed. So, I wanted to stream, but I needed a little bit of break after House of Nightmares. Also, I missed out on a lot of opportunities to make content and work on projects during those days. So I needed to catch up a little bit. I am now relatively caught up, so that's just a heads up. Like I said, live stream for my birthday will be probably up by the time that this video goes out, roughly 12:30 for me locally, and I already said what times they are. Either way, today we're going to be talking about Minecraft Twitch Rivals' future, or at least what I hope that they do. And let me make this clear, this is not an expectation. It is a very friendly suggestion, because I think they have an opportunity that they can capitalize on very easily and reliably, and it is already existent. It will require effort from them. We should not ignore that. It probably still requires effort, but they are in the best position to do it. All right, so I wrote it down a little bit. Very short thing that I wrote down in the background here. Actually, I will address this first. This is Twitch Rivals footage from what was usually known as the Minecraft Twitch Rivals events. These were the Cloudfuel hosted ones from about 2 to 3 years ago. And these are simple like minigame tournaments with, a variety of quality. At the time, this was fine. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. It was okay. It was fine. Solid events. Enjoyable for the fact that you get money, and the prize pool was always relatively well spread, and the games functioned sometimes, and it was fine. Cool, nice, etc. I liked it because small streamer wanted the money, okay? I was not big streamer, I was small streamer. I'm still relatively small streamer, but this time I was smaller streamer. I was a 30 viewer streamer, 50 viewer streamer, not a 100 viewer streamer. So there you go. Anyways, I don't expect these tournaments to come back, because I think the bar has been set a lot higher by Twitch Rivals and other events. So I don't expect these to come back, because these were low quality minigame events. That only got players because of the money. I don't think, aside from the Temples of Legends or whatever it was called, aside from that game, I don't think anything was really exciting. And also, this type of event is responsible for the iconic Welcome to Boat Rush, which I was actually in, I'm pretty sure, whenever that happened. I could be wrong. But welcome to Boat Rush! This is the classic line whenever something goes wrong in Twitch Rivals, or even in a Minecraft event in general. Welcome to Boat Rush. If you weren't there, you're not gonna get it. Either way, let's get into the actual meat and potatoes of this video. Obviously, if you missed it, House of Nightmares was an event that was recently hosted. It had a lot of things that went well, and most notably, a couple of things that went wrong, and a lot of discussion happened from that. If you missed out on this entirely, watch my video. I did a review of the entire event. It's about 45 minutes long. If you have more time, go watch the Lewis Fulham talk about the event. And if you have less time, unlucky. You can skip through this video, or skip through the video that I have in front of me. It's on my channel. Should be the most recent upload as of the one before this one. All right. Anyways, Minecraft Twitch Rivals. I'm going to talk about what I expect them to potentially do going forward with the current information that we have. And let me first get something out the way because it has to be mentioned. Obviously, MCC Twitch Rivals still exists. Probably will continue to exist because it was very successful. And it is upcoming. This is the next Minecraft Twitch Rivals event that is lined up to happen. Except this is at TwitchCon Rotterdam. It's going to be live streamed, but typically the quality of the live streams is a little bit lower. Most notably the audio quality, because they're using headset microphones on a stage where obviously there's not a lot of noise cancellation, so the audience that yells will pick up on the mic, which is cool when you're there, but when you're watching it live from your home location, I know some people aren't as big of a fan. So I completely understand if you're going to disregard that one, but I think MCC obviously is probably the highest quality Twitch Rivals Minecraft event ever. I don't think it's comparable. Let's keep it real. MCC is the best Minecraft event ever. Twitch Rivals has not really competed with events like Block Wars too much as of ever, really. So this is the best Twitch Rivals Minecraft event that they're probably ever going to host. Unless they frickin' pop off and have some crazy team come in and make something genius and beautiful. Anyways, now to get to the actual point of what I want to talk about. I am so sorry for stalling. I just love yapping somehow. I think one thing that Twitch Rivals should continue to do, and they did this in the most recent event, I think it's a very, very valuable aspect of the event that people underrated, is having multi-day Minecraft tournaments. Tournaments that have, multiple days of content spread out. Not just one event for 3 or 4 hours or 2 hours or however long you want to consider. An event that spans out over multiple days, builds up hype between those days of things that happen, etc. I think these are almost exclusively seen in Twitch Rivals, namely Minecraft. This is Minecraft. If you don't know what Minecraft is, there's captains who get to pick their teammates and then they fight in a team versus team duel style event in a bracket where they face a bunch of teams. Top half goes to the winner's bracket, bottom half goes to the loser's bracket, and I think the top half winner's bracket qualifies for a finale day. There is typically an NA and an EU version of this, so the top half of both of those events combines to make the overall finale winner's version, right? And then they play it again. So that's a 3-day event. Fantastic. Minecraft, hosted by EVNT, which is the PikaClicks company. I will also talk about them in a little bit. Secondly, another, coincidentally, EVNT event that they have hosted in the past that was, at least at some point, a multi-day event was MCL. MCL, I think, is probably the one that goes down as the most successful multi-day, maybe, Minecraft event that was hosted. I would argue that the most recent MCL was a little bit lackluster. Sorry, Noah. Dude, you're the homie, but, like, I much preferred the one before it. I'm gonna keep it real. Just, I thought the multi-day part of the event was really cool, and I thought the event coming and going in the span of 3 to 4 hours felt a little bit empty, maybe. I think MCL, when I played it, I only played 1 day, but when I played it and watched it, seemed really cool. It seemed super high quality, super well made, and just having that involvement of being there for multiple days is fantastic. It's peak, yet again, EVNT event, fantastic. Anyways, yeah, the reason I say that they should focus on multi-day event is because, as I've mentioned with Minecraft and MCL, they have successfully hosted multi-day Minecraft events already, and they've pretty much got a monopoly on it. Which other event is doing multi-day events at the level and at the success of Twitch Rivals? None, I think, right? Are there ones that compete? Maybe I'm missing something. But from someone who probably is obviously, I see the mainstream side of things, and I see the whatever. I guess the Spanish community maybe has done multi-day events. Hunt and Run was multi-day, but that is a Twitch Rivals event. Other Spanish people may have hosted multi-day events, but that's still potentially Twitch Rivals. I assume it might have been Twitch Rivals or Det Savio or whatever. Who knows? But it's worked. It's worked in the past. It's worked. Stick to it. This is not criticism on House of Nightmares, because I think one of the coolest parts of it was doing something on a day, being like, oh my god, I survived today. Tomorrow we do it again. Such a cool part of the event, and I want them to continue. But one thing has to be mentioned. EVNT is not part of Twitch. EVNT is its own team. And Twitch may hire them, or EVNT may pitch something to Twitch for them to collaborate together and work together, and obviously for EVNT to make some money out of it. But Twitch cannot rely on EVNT consistently unless some sort of contract or deal gets signed, and that is possibly unrealistic unless Noah really wants to do it. But I could see it maybe being more beneficial for him to just host it in-house and get a massive sponsor like the H&R Block or whatever they got last time for the most recent MCL event. If I can find it, I don't know if they tweet a lot. Yeah, presented by HR Block, sorry. Yeah, H&R Block. That was their big sponsor last time. It was like a 100K price. Well, I'm just going to assume that close to the same amount was what they got paid for the sponsorship, because Noah obviously wants to make money to pay his staff. But unfortunately, EVNT cannot consistently be, part of Twitch Rivals, I assume. Maybe they can, but I highly doubt it. So, what is the play then? Well, I don't know, because I'm not part of Twitch Rivals, and I obviously can't predict the future, and I can't speak for what they will do. But I think what they should do is look into perfecting, or not even necessarily perfecting, because they don't need to have the highest quality event. They don't need to have, the least buggy event, the whatever event. They just need to have a consistent event at a good quality that runs, that has something unique to it, whether that be a mine draft. Maybe they can buy it off of Noah. Maybe Noah will consistently host it every couple of months. Maybe MCL can come back and be actively hosted on a consistent basis. Maybe even, which I highly doubt will happen at this point, maybe even MCSR Ranked could work with Twitch Rivals. Does that really work? No, because MCSR Ranked is about the integrity of competitive Minecraft, and the people that compete typically aren't very popular streamers, so the appeal for Twitch isn't really there. Either way, regardless, maybe they'll just use an existing thing and run with it, or maybe they'll actually make something and just test it, make sure that it is that the replayability is good, it is very replayable, and just stick with it. Because one thing that Twitch Rivals does, or at least does now, but didn't always do, because this is an example of when they didn't completely abandon a concept and just move on. This type of style event was hosted probably 10 to 20 times, somewhere in between there. It was hosted a bunch of times, consistently with small changes, just like an MCC, just like a Block Wars, at a not as consistent rate, but still relatively consistent rate. They just need to host something every couple of months, because when I tell you, maybe this is just from a streamer perspective, people don't necessarily not want Twitch Rivals events. I assume people would be excited for Twitch Rivals events as long as there is something consistent for them to watch. Because I think one of the big issues with Twitch Rivals right now is the inconsistency with hosting events, the inconsistency with the quality of the events, because sometimes EVNT comes into play, sometimes a different company comes into play, etc., etc. And, that's kind of it. I think if they had something on a consistent basis, doesn't have to be monthly, doesn't even have to be once every 2 months, could be 4 times a year, right? Maybe even 2, maybe even 3, whatever. Multiple times a year, consistent basis, something that people can expect, so people can wait on to see and watch and be excited for, is what Twitch Rivals needs to succeed with Minecraft. Because the potential is there and they've proven it. They just need to stick by it and just continue forward with what has already worked, because they've tried to innovate or whatever with what has been going on, and some elements are fantastic and perfect and cool, but please, and this applies to House of Nightmares as well, attempt it again. Give it a second chance without completely dropping this concept and moving on, taking the feedback and trying to start something up from the ground, which will take many months. Try this again. Maybe try House of Nightmares. Overhaul maybe some of the game modes. Take out like half of them and rework half of them. Yes, that will take a long time, but still, you will keep some of the elements of gameplay that I think were actually fun and cool and interesting and entertaining and cool. Whatever, right? I've already said cool twice now. Keep these things, run it back with improvements. Take like 2 months with a dedicated team to figure things out, get testers, everything, listen to the feedback, take the majority of the feedback, and you don't have to do everything. Just run it back. And you don't always have to innovate on what you do. You don't always have to make something brand new. You can just find one thing, try it again, and if it doesn't work, you ditch it. And if it does work, then you finally have something that you can host on a consistent basis. I think Minecraft is a good example. I think MCL is a good example. However, like said, EVNT is its separate thing, and Twitch can't always rely on them. Anyways, thank you all for watching. This is my hopes for the future of Twitch Rivals Minecraft. I really, as said in the past video, or in the most recent video as well, I really hope that something can be figured out, because I think Minecraft Twitch Rivals can set a perfect example for people who don't really know much about Minecraft, people who aren't in this community, for what the community has in store, what the potential is. Maybe they can host another MCC Twitch Rivals, not at TwitchCon, and have some other factor. Maybe a Block Wars Twitch Rivals can happen. Maybe a PB Twitch Rivals can happen. Who knows? I just think that they need to go to something that works on a consistent basis, or something that's worked for them in the past, and just run it back instead of trying to figure something new out every single time and face the same issues over and over and over. Because as much as an event like House of Nightmares was super impressive visually, it sucks that every single time Twitch Rivals has to be looked down upon negatively, because people expect it to break, and then when it breaks, people are very vocal about it breaking. Anyways, that is my rant. That's my thoughts. It's my birthday, so go wish me a happy birthday if you're still here. Live stream. Go be there. Alright, thank you all for watching. I'll see you later. Goodbye.